today. A dear friend of mine and a fellow YouTube content creator, Holly's Adventures. We talked about doing this last week, doing NFL picks together, which I've never done with anybody, which, like I said, is totally cool. But if you're not familiar with Holly, you should be. She's an amazing content creator. I may have to edit the video and actually tag her in this. But make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. She's doing Final Fantasy X-2 right now, along with Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core,
Yep.
and she also does some Super Mario.
Super Mario RPG.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was a Super Mario. I'm like, I know it's Mario something, but make sure you guys subscribe to Holly. She's awesome, and I thank her for a lot of. She's given me a lot of support as of late. So I credit her a lot with. We've been on a surge on the channel lately. We're up to 115 subs. Really, really cool. Do want to program or a channel note for me. Just picked up Mortal Kombat 1. It is installing now. So over the next couple days, I want to get some of the story mode on that going. Also, I'm going to be doing a fatality showcase. Fatalities in that game are absolutely wicked. If you haven't seen them yet, stay tuned. Once I get the characters unlocked and whatnot, I will be doing a full-fledged fatality showcase for that. I think I did that for Mortal Kombat 11. That was like one of my first videos I did was a Mortal Kombat 11 fatality showcase. But we're gonna knock out some NFL picks for you guys today. I literally have been mediocre this year. Usually, I start off the season hot, really hot, but this year we've had a lot of crazy stuff going on in the NFL this year, especially with injuries, which we'll talk about one here in just a bit with Nick Chubb. Last week went 8-8. Actually, the first 2 weeks of the season I've gone 8-8, making 16 for 16 for the season. So not good, but not terrible. I'm at 500. I'll take it. But first game tomorrow night, the 1-1 New York Giants taking on the 2-0 San Francisco 49ers. I got the Niners in this game. I think Saquon Barkley's pretty banged up, has, I believe, an ankle sprain. Not sure if he's going to play. They talked about he's going to be out for the next couple of weeks, but they haven't ruled him out yet. But even if he does play, I think he's going to be highly limited by what he can do. Having that ankle banged up. I've broken my ankle before. I've sprained my ankle before. I know how hard it is to be mobile and move around on an ankle injury. But the Giants, it's been a flip 'em the first 2 weeks. They got blown out by Dallas. Holly's a Cowboys fan, just FYI. We'll get to Dallas in a little bit. But and they should have been beat by Arizona, but they somehow pulled a victory out of their tuchus. But I've got the Niners winning in this game.
I think I have the Niners as well. The Giants have not shown me anything, especially in that first game, because I mean, the first drive that they had in the first quarter, that should have been the end of Dallas, because once they get to that point, they choke, and it just went up for them. So my vote's for the 49ers as well.
Right on. Moving on to Sunday, we have the 1-1 Tennessee Titans taking on the 1-1 Cleveland Browns. Horrific news coming out of this week for Browns fans. Star running back Nick Chubb out for the year. I didn't see the game Monday night. I had to work early Tuesday morning. But all I saw, my phone blew up about Nick Chubb out for the year. Nick Chubb career could be done. Nick Chubb suffering a very gruesome knee injury on Monday night. Was tackled by Steelers safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, and the best way to describe it is if you're squeamish, I wouldn't look it up, but Chubb's knee essentially was hyperextended forceful. Yeah, Holly's pretty much got it right there, almost literally at a complete 90-degree angle. Completely hyperextended the knee, dislocated the knee. Undoubtedly tore at least 3 of the 4 major knee ligaments. The same injury that Nick Chubb actually had in college, 2015 or 16, playing for the Georgia Bulldogs. He had a very similar injury. That whole left knee is completely reconstructed, and to see him go down like that again was gut wrenching. I think it's going to be a big loss for Cleveland. I've got Tennessee winning on the road only just because I think the absence of Nick Chubb is going to hurt significantly. And I think the Browns, Deshaun Watson looks really out of sync this year. Not really sure if it's a coaching issue or even a personal issue with Deshaun, but all the best to Nick Chubb. Thoughts, prayers are with him. Hopefully, he can come back from this. But many doctors are saying this could very well be a career ender, and hopefully, it's not. But with
I have
that
to.
being said,
I think if he does come back, he's going to be limited to what he's going to be able to do.
mhm.
To be favoring that knee tremendously. I've hyperextended my right knee, and every now and then it gives me a hard time. So I know what he's going to go through. My husband's actually tore the his ACL straight off the bone.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so I totally get that, but I got to agree with you. I think Tennessee Titans going to come out with that one.
right on. I like it. We seem that we're in sync. I like it. I got next up, surprising 2-0 Atlanta Falcons taking on the 1-1 Detroit Lions. The Falcons they beat my guys, the Packers, but actually the Packers are the next game, so we'll talk about them in a minute. But I have Detroit winning at home. It's Detroit's home opener. I think they shocked the world opening night when they beat Kansas City. I think a lot of people thought that was going to be an absolute a walk off for Kansas City. But the Lions, they've been improving over the years, and I have said time and time again, I said the Lions are about 2 to 3 years from being a playoff contending team, and I think the Lions are a playoff contending team this year. It's just it's gonna depend on how consistent they can be. And I think last week they dropped the ball against Seattle. Take nothing away from Seattle, but I like the Lions at home. I think the Falcons. I'm not sold on Desmond Ritter, but I am sold on Bijan Robinson. I think his first 2 games he's been lights out. He's been a big catalyst on why Atlanta is 2-0. But I think I think Detroit home opener. I think Ford Field's going to be just rocking, and I got the Lions at home.
I think I got you there with that. I'm not big Atlanta Falcons to begin with, and most of my husband's side of the family is all Detroit. So if I don't go for Detroit, I'll never hear the end of it. But given the fact that they're the underdogs, you can't rule them out.
Right, very true. Um, Next up, 2-0 New Orleans Saints taking on the 1-1 Green Bay Packers. I don't pick them just because I'm for them. I like the Packers at home, similar to Detroit. It's their home opener. The Packers this whole season, the big spotlight obviously has been on Jordan Love. How is he going to react to that spotlight now that Aaron Rodgers is gone? And I think he's done very well. The only problem with Green Bay the last couple weeks is injuries. They've been bit hard. Christian Watson's been out. Aaron Jones was out. David Bakhtiari was out this past week. And for the Packers to lose only by 1 point, yeah, again, credit to Atlanta, but I think that for the Packers to hang in, missing a lot of key components on that offensive front, I think they hung in there very well. And with the Saints, Derek Carr, I think he's having a decent year with the Saints. But I think as good as the Saints are, Green Bay has got a really solid defense if they can stay healthy. And again, just being that it's Green Bay, it's at home, their home opener, Lambeau Field. I've been there for a game. I know how loud that place can get. I think the Packer faithful is going to show out on Sunday afternoon. I got Green Bay at home.
Well, I guess we're gonna be in sync now because I got the New Orleans Saints only just because they're state team. I'm not too fond. Not too fond of Green Bay to begin with, so I got to go for the Saints on this one.
Not many are. I don't hold that against you. I promise. Next up, 0-2 Denver Broncos taking on the 2-0 Miami Dolphins. Kind of
Go
a tale of two teams. You I kind of I've got Miami in this game, but I feel like this is a trap game for Miami. I think a lot of people have written Denver off. I think a lot of people feel like Russell Wilson's washed. I don't think he's there, but my only problem with Denver is again, it just comes down to consistency. Denver is very, very inconsistent, and the Dolphins with between Tua, he's got Jalen Waddle, he's got Tyreek Hill. I mean, the Dolphins have a very explosive offense, and I think they can keep up with Denver. I think it very easily could be a trap game, but I've got Miami winning at home.
I have to agree with you there. I think Miami has been on point this year, so I got to go with Miami.
I like it. Battle of two very unsuspecting 0-2 teams. The 0-2 LA Chargers taking on the 0-2 Minnesota Vikings. This one I have flipped 3 times on, literally, since I was at work and then since I got home from work. Um, I started with LA, then I went to Minnesota, and now I'm back to the LA Chargers on the road. Um, I do think Minnesota overall has the better team, but for me, picking the Chargers on the road, I think Justin Jefferson's the best wideout in football right now. I think that, as so far as quarterbacks go, I think Justin Herbert is a lot better than Kirk Cousins. And when it comes down to that, I these two teams, I did not see either one of these two teams going 0-2 to start the season, but something's got to give in Minneapolis, and I'm going to go with the chart. If the Chargers, I'm a little worried about Austin Eckler, mainly because he's on my fantasy team. But hopefully, if he can get the green light to go, um, but like I said, this one for me is an absolute flip 'em. I think this game can go either way, but I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to go with the Chargers on the road.
And I think I'm going to have to go with the Vikings on this one.
I like it. We're gonna. All right. All right. Next up, we have the 0-2 New England Patriots taking on the 1-1 New York Jets. A lot of people have written the Jets off, especially with what happened with Aaron Rodgers in Week 1. Did not in a million years. I think I said this in the last week's video. I don't think anybody under the sun would have ever expected Aaron Rodgers to last 4 plays before tearing his Achilles and being done for the year. That being said, another caveat into this game is the Patriots have beat the Jets 14 straight times. Sauce Gardner, the cornerback for the Jets, has basically said enough's enough. And as much as I feel this could be another trap game, I don't see Bill Belichick's Patriots going 0-3. But in contrast, I do look for the Jets. Streaks are meant to be broken, and I got the Jets going over at home in a very close game. But I think the Jets, I think Zach Wilson has a lot to prove. And again, I think when Aaron Rodgers went down and Zach Wilson took the reins, I think a lot of people started writing the Jets off. But the Jets, despite the fact they don't have the best quarterback, they've got Brees Hall, they've got Dalvin Cook, they've got Garrett Wilson, they've got playmakers on both sides of the ball. Again, big thing for Jets. The Jets is going to be consistency, and if Zach Wilson can somehow piece it together, I think the Jets are going to be okay. I don't see him winning the division. I can see him sneaking in as a wild card, but to beat a team 14 straight times, that's a lot. And that's why I'm thinking, maybe because it's at home. If this was in Foxborough, might be a different story. But because it's in New York, I'm going to roll the dice and I'm going to take the Jets at home. At home.
I think I have to agree with you on there. They're a team that I wouldn't put past them to come out to be a contending in the playoffs for sure. I wouldn't hold it against them. I mean, the Patriots haven't, for a team that has won so many Super Bowls with Tom Brady in the helms, and now he's gone. It's just kind of went downhill.
Yeah,
Uh,
like I think Tom Brady. It's like, was it Tom Brady that got? I mean, yes, Tom Brady. I think it's arguably the goat. I mean, I don't care. I mean, the man has 7 Super Bowl rings. There's no team in NFL history that has more than 6. So the fact that Brady has 7 rings by himself, it just puts him in another level. But yeah, the Patriots have not been the same. And Mac Jones is not the answer at quarterback in New England. I think New England needs to move off of him this year, and they need to look elsewhere because I just think Mac Jones is not the answer. um, Next game, one I was like, can't even read my own writing. That's sad. 1-1 Buffalo Bills taking on the 2-0 Washington Commanders. Of all the undefeated teams in the league, I think the Commanders are the softest team in the league. I take nothing away from, again, a win is a win. I don't care whether you win by 1 or win by 100. A win's a win, and the Commanders are 2-0. But Buffalo on the road, whether it's on the road or or at home, I think Buffalo's a superior team. Josh Allen, I think, needs to rebound, especially from that Week 1 game against the Jets. The Bills looked good against the Raiders last week, got the win. But at the end of the day, again, nothing against the Commanders. They're 2-0, which is good. But I think they're a very soft 2-0 team. I like the Bills on the road.
I have to agree with you there. The Commanders need to basically they need to go back to square one and bring it together and make the team stronger than what it is and not be as a weakling in a sense because they're
Yeah, they
I
play in a tough division too.
I've seen some of their plays and it's like how did they manage to go on what they have? So I have to go with the Bills.
Right on. Next up, 0-2 Jackson, or no, I'm sorry, 0-2 Houston Texans at the 1-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. I picked Jacksonville last week because I really thought Jacksonville could have
They,
knocked off the Chiefs.
Seahawks.
Um,
They're playing
uh,
Panthers in the or the wait. Where are you at? You weren't
I
going.
may not have I may not have them in order. I literally went on my phone and just kind of went through the games on my phone. Um, so yeah, the games may not be in order, but
Uh, we're good now. Okay.
you
I'm following it on my computer, and it's like, wait, no.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I don't know if it's a noon game, an afternoon game, or what, but I was like hurrying. I'm like, crap. I was like, I'm doing this collab stream. I'm like, I don't want to like get home and then do it and then not be prepared. But
Or
um,
is anything ever prepared when we do things?
no,
There you go.
I think as a content creator, I think a lot of times you fly by the seat of your pants, and that's the beauty of it. Uh, but 0-2 Texans, 1-1 Jaguars. The Texans, it's hard to read Houston. It really is. They've got a really really good quarterback. Well, not really really good. He's unproven. He's a rookie, but they seem to have a good quarterback in C.J. Stroud. But I just don't think there's enough weapons around him for them to contend with anything. The Jaguars, I mean, Trevor Lawrence is having a phenomenal couple years. I really thought Jacksonville was going to make noise last year before they got beat in the playoffs. But Jacksonville's at home. I've got to roll with Jacksonville between Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Calvin Ridley. I mean, the Jaguars on paper, statistically, and on paper, they're just the superior team. I've got Jacksonville going over at home.
I have to agree with you. Houston has just gone downhill over the past several years. Has not been the team that they used to be. So, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are proven my standards for them has been above and beyond. So I got to go with it as well.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars are. I don't know. I think they're going to win that division this year. How far they get in the playoffs is still to be determined. But I think the Jaguars are close. Like they're close to getting. I don't think they're going to beat like Kansas City or maybe even Buffalo. Could they take out a Cincinnati? Maybe, but yeah, I think Jacksonville's on the doorstep. Not quite there yet, but they just need a couple more pieces, and then they're going to be golden.
Oh yeah.
Next up, 1-1 Indianapolis Colts taking on the 2-0 Baltimore Ravens. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson entered concussion protocol this week, undetermined if he's going to play. At least I have not heard if he's going to play. The Ravens, they've been riddled by injuries as well. J.K. Dobbins out for the year with an Achilles injury. I think Gus Edwards is their new, well, not new, but that's their lead back now. But they have Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson can get it done in the air. He can get it done on the ground. I like Baltimore. I think the Colts keep it close, but I like the Ravens on the road in this one.
I have to agree with you. I haven't seen anything of interest with the Colts. I mean, granted, yes, they played a good game the past two games, but nothing compared to the Ravens.
Right on. Um, Now that we're getting into the afternoon games here, the 0-2 Carolina Panthers taking on the 1-1 Seattle Seahawks. The Panthers have some playmakers, but Bryce Young has been very inconsistent to start the year. Again, he's a rookie. He's going to make these mistakes. But in order for the Panthers to get into the win column, Bryce has got to make some better decisions and whatnot. And the Seahawks, Geno Smith has been doing really good. Um, and I think at the end of the day, the Seahawks have more weapons. To utilize, and I think Geno Smith is going to outplay the young rookie, and I like Seattle at home in this one. Oh no, did I lose Holly? Oop, we're getting her back. Hang on, guys. There she is. I was just like, oh, hold on. Then I just saw like she's trying to come back. Hold on.
and it just cut the entire thing out. So I'm like, no.
Yeah, the beauty of live streaming, folks. Like I said, anything can happen when you live stream.
Okay,
Um,
so we were talking about the between the Panthers and the Seahawks. I think I got to go with the Seahawks on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you I don't know what when it cut out for you, but yeah, I think Bryce Young is for him to be the Panthers to be successful, he's got to work out his inconsistencies. And Geno Smith, I just think has more weapons on offense and on defense for that matter. So I completely agree. Gonna take Seattle at home. Um, oh boy, next game. This one is probably this one's going to be bad. The 0-2 Chicago Bears taking on the 1-1 Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think there is a snowball's chance in hell the Bears are going to win this game. The Bears look absolutely pathetic this year, both sides of the ball. And then going against Patrick Mahomes and that high-powered Kansas City offense. I don't know if it's a Justin Fields thing, or what's going on in Chicago. But the Bears look absolutely horrid this year. And again, you're going against Patrick Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Travis Kelsey is getting healthier. To me, this is the no contest. I got Kansas City all the way in a romp in this game.
I have to agree. The Bears are not showing me any love this year. So, and like you said, Patrick Mahomes is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL so far. So this year, I got to go with him.
Yeah, I don't want to say that's almost an open and shut case. Speaking of open and shut cases, um, we have the 2-0 Dallas Cowboys taking on the 0-2 Arizona Cardinals. I've said this several times. A lot of people think the Cowboys. A lot of people don't like Cowboy fans because they always think the Cowboy fans get too excited too early on. And I get that. But if you look at the first 2 weeks of this season, the Cowboys have outscored their opponents 70-10. They beat the Giants 40-0 in week 1. They beat the Jets 30-10 in week 2. The Cowboys, a lot of people thought when Ezekiel Elliott left that they were going to go downhill. But Tony Pollard has proved to be a very solid number one running back. They still have Dak Prescott, and the Cowboys defense has been playing lights out, spearheaded by Micah Parsons, who I think is one of the best linebackers in the league right now.
He is the fastest in the league too. I mean, you get him going, you can't stop him.
Yeah, I really like Micah Parsons. The Cardinals are. I don't even know if the Cardinals are going to win a game this year. They should have beat the Giants last week, but their defensive collapse in the second half of that game against New York just shows where Arizona's at. And I mean, honestly, it's hard to go against Dallas right now until somebody can prove to me that they can at least hang with Dallas. The Cowboys are in for, I think, a pretty good year. I think the Eagles are going to contend with them, but I think the NFC East is going to come down to Philadelphia or Dallas by the time the year ends. I've got Dallas in a huge win this week on the road.
Not to toot my own horn, just because I'm a Dallas fan, but um, last
Bye,
game,
bye,
I
bye.
say if Dallas
Come here.
doesn't choke, then they're good. But I was waiting for them towards the second half that
Come on.
they got big boys panties on and they're like, oh, we got this kind of thing, and they were just going to choke. And
Right.
usually, that's it. That the game's done. But so currently, I got to go with Dallas just because that's my team. But they have phenomenal. I mean, not just because that they have a phenomenal defense. I mean,
Mhm,
spot on that first game. I mean, it was basically the defensive team and the special team making points that game. And
mhm,
Carson, I mean, he's just on point. Can't stop the man. Then you have Tony Pollard, the running boy. Get him going, he's gone. Ferguson,
mhm.
another one that's going to be replacing Schultz, or that replaced Schultz. You get him catching that ball, you're phenomenal.
Come on, come on. So you got my cat. Like you can get up here, Oak. Come here. One of these days, I'm going to make a video of my three children, my three cats. That all of them. Well, 2 out of 3 are attention hounds, but you going to come up here? Hi, Baba. I know. I'm going to have to show you off to the YouTube world. Oh, come on. Really? Why? Because I'm streaming. That's why you don't want to come up here. Any other time you jump on my lap, no problem.
Cameron,
Um, Sunday night football. The 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the 1-1 Las Vegas Raiders. Um, I've got Pittsburgh winning on the road. Devontae Adams, receiver for Las Vegas. I don't know. I know he had a concussion this past Sunday. Not sure if he's going to play. I think it's going to be a close game, but the Steelers defense really balled out in that win over Cleveland on Monday night. And I never can count out Mike Tomlin. There's a reason the Pittsburgh Steelers have had three coaches in their existence, and I like what Mike Tomlin does in Pittsburgh. I don't whether or not they make the playoffs or not. Way too early to talk about playoffs, but I just think the Steelers overall are a better team than Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas has too much inconsistency. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is okay, but I don't think he's elite. Um, Speaking of which, I'm not sure Kenny Pickett is really that great either, but I think the Steelers have more in their arsenal, if you will, than Vegas does. So I'm taking Pittsburgh on at home, or I'm sorry, taking Pittsburgh on the road rather.
I think I have to agree. Pittsburgh has been very tight knitted when it comes to their offense and defense. Raiders, on the other hand, not tight knitted as they should be.
Right on, and then we move in to another doubleheader Monday night game. Hopefully, the end of the Monday night curse, as they're now calling it. The last four games on Monday Night Football have not ended, but they've had something traumatic happen. Going back to last year, Kyler Murray in the second to last week tore his ACL, done for the year. I don't think anyone will ever forget the season finale, Buffalo Cincinnati, the Damar Hamlin cardiac arrest game. I saw that game as it happened, and I was just dumbfounded that they were going to, like, I don't want to say force Cincinnati and Buffalo to play, but they made the right call. They postponed the game. Thank God Damar Hamlin is still with us today and still playing. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's played yet this year, but I know he's cleared to play.
Yeah.
And then obviously this year, first 2 weeks we had the Aaron Rodgers Achilles injury in week one, and then last week we had just that horrific injury to Nick Chubb. So hopefully nobody gets hurt in either of these two games. First one, the 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have surprised me. Baker Mayfield has surprised me. I think Baker is enjoying quite the resurgence in his career with Tampa Bay. But they're also playing the defending NFC champion, Philadelphia Eagles. They're at home, but I like the Eagles on the road. I just think that Philadelphia, I think Jalen Hurts is the better quarterback. I think the Eagles offensively are a better team. And I think really defensively, I think the Eagles are a better team. Um, so with that, I am going to go with Philadelphia on the road. I think the Bucks try to keep it close, but I like the Eagles on the road to go to 3-0.
I have to agree with you there. I mean, the Eagles are just tight knit. It's going to be
Mhm.
a game regardless, just because both teams are 2-0. Seeing the fact that the Eagles are Super Bowl champions previously and NFC champions, it's just going to be a close game. And I'm going to have to go with at least that it's going to be at least a 10-point difference with that score, just because of the type of game it's going to be.
Yo, we got Big Baby in the chat right now. What is up, my dear friend, Big Baby?
What, baby?
Those that do not know, Big Baby J, I got to take before we get to this last game. Big Baby J is the reason that my channel has the exposure that it has. Big Baby and I met several months ago. We were both playing Final Fantasy 12 together, and we just kind of found a mutual respect amongst each other. He subscribed to me, I did the same for him, and we have just been on this wild YouTube roller coaster together. We've done Final Fantasy 12 together. We've done 10 together. We've done 12. Actually, I didn't know. Yeah, 12 was the first one. Yeah. Then we did 10, 8, and then right now, Big Baby's working on Final Fantasy 7, the original that came out in 97, I believe. But he is doing that. He's doing amazing. Holly's channel and Big Baby J's channels. I'm going to because I may have to edit the video a little bit so I can tag them in this video. But Big Baby, you are just an unbelievable human being, and I have nothing but love and respect for you. And I thank you for everything you do on your channel, as well as all the support that you give to mine, as well as Holly's channel as well. I think Holly and I, both benefit immensely, not just from your videos, but just your support. As Big Baby says, level grinding as we speak.
Right.
Big
That
Baby is a grinder. I cannot. I don't have the patience to level grind. I could I do it? Yeah, I could, but I don't have the patience to level grind. So it's like I'll see Big Baby like between videos, it's like, holy hell, how did he go up like 40 levels? What the hell? Like what is he doing? But he's a grinder. But yeah, check out Big Baby J. Give that man all the love and support. He's worth every single bit of it. Big Baby, we love you, brother. So keep at it. Um, like I said, you've got our support to the end. So
so
closing out.
oop,
Go ahead, Ollie.
I was going to say, just because what you said that he's been a big support to your channel, the way I see it with the way I do my channel is we're all a big giant family. We're one big giant community. Some people are here for the money. I'm not here for the money. When I do my YouTube channels, I'm here to support you guys. I'm here to have fun with it. So that's what it's all about. I mean, at least for me.
And that's that's one thing that drew me before. I didn't even know, and I don't. There's nothing bad about this. I never knew the name Holly's Adventures until I actually saw one of Big Baby's videos. Like, oh, check out these content creators. I mean, of course he had mine, and then at first it was Holly's Adventures. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I saw just her description was she's a big Final Fantasy and a big Zelda fan. I'm like, okay, I like her already. She likes Final Fantasy, she likes Zelda, and then it just turned into yeah,
Pokemon.
I just saw that. And it just turned into and the one thing that really won me over with Holly is what Holly just said. We are content creators on YouTube, especially like us. We are all here for the same thing. We're here to entertain. We're here to provide the best content that we can possibly do. And we have found this little community, and there's others. Samurai Tacos. I need to actually get him tagged in this as well. He's I don't want to say the newest one to the team for me, but he's another small time content creator that does a great job, and I think he deserves more exposure. I love the community that we're building. And that community is just going to grow. And I think that's the important thing. Much like Holly, I'm not in this for the money. If I don't ever make a dime on YouTube, I am perfectly okay with that. My goal, yes, there's times I yell and scream in videos. There's time I rage in videos. Big Baby will tell you, I'm one of the more passionate gamers there is because I want to deliver the best content. I don't want to have a video where I'm dying 55 times to the same thing, Um,
That's me
but
right there.
yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said, and Holly hits on it so perfectly. We are all in this for the same reason, to be the best that we can be and to support each other. And when I started my YouTube channel, I was like, man, if I can find a community, even if it's just a tight knit, 4 or 5 people, I'm okay with that. And I have found that with this little community that we're building. We still got to come up with a name for our little community, but other than that, I mean, I love this little thing that we're building here, and I couldn't. Yeah, Big Baby. So
Yeah,
that's what makes it so fun, and that's exactly it. That's the thing. People there's people that do make money on YouTube, and that's great. If that's your goal, great. Mine is to have fun and to deliver the best uh, possible videos I can give. And I think that's the one thing that cements the 4 or 5 of us in this little community is that we want to be the best that we can be, and we're going to support each other to get us to that point. And that's what I love about this little community that we're building. But yeah, couldn't help but shout out Big Baby. He popped in the chat, and like I said, Big Baby, we love you, buddy. Yeah, I know we gotta come up with a name. We'll have to brainstorm some ideas as far as a name, but let's knock out this last Monday night game, and then I gotta hop off here. So I gotta get supper made because the wife will be home in about half an hour.
but what do we have?
Um, um, I'm really not sure. She hasn't really. I texted her before I went live. I'm like, give me some ideas for supper, and I'll whip something up. So because we have a rule of thumb, whoever gets home first has to make dinner. I work predominantly 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and she works like 6 to 3 and 8 to 5. So I get hosed on this because I'm the one that has to make dinner a lot. But you know what? It's okay. I can handle that. So
I
she's
think
worth it. So.
he gets later than I do, and I'll ask him before I get home from work because I work at Kroger, and so he'll go, I don't know. It's like, okay, well, can you give me a recipe for I don't know because that way I can try to make that. No, yeah, one.
There is a place. A little side note. I live in Central Illinois, about 20 to 30 minutes from where I live. There is a little tavern called. It's either called I don't know or I don't care. And the owner of the tavern said he came up with the name because he constantly kept asking his wife where she wanted to go, whether it was like go to the store, go out to eat, whatever. And her response was either I don't know or I don't care. So now he created the name of this tavern, pub, whatever, because now when he's like, oh hey honey, where do you want to go? Oh, I don't care. All right, let's go. There's a place called I don't care. So I'm like, that's genius. I wish I would have thought of that. But so kudos to that guy. Um,
1-1 LA Rams versus the 0-2 Bengals.
okay, for some reason I don't have that down. I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing one game. But yeah, okay, so Rams and Bengals. So the Bengals, much like last year, they started out 0-2 and they were just fine. And I think the Bengals are going to be just fine this year. The concerning thing about this game is Joe Burrow's status undetermined with that calf. He re-aggravated the calf injury that he sustained in the preseason. So not really sure how that's going to impact the game. The Rams, Matt Stafford. I mean, the Rams were. It's hard to believe the Rams were Super Bowl champions just a few years ago. They've kind of fallen from grace a little bit. I think it's going to be a decent game. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 56 from 2 years ago. The Rams were Super Bowl champions. I'm thinking they were in the Super Bowl for 53 against the Patriots, but they lost. But they did win 56 2 years ago against Cincinnati. Um, I My gut wants to take the Rams, but I think I'm going to lean towards Cincinnati because it's at home. But I think a lot of this is also going to hinge on Joe Burrow's status if he's going to play in this game. But I picked the Rams in Super Bowl 50, or I'm sorry, I picked the Bengals in Super Bowl 56. I'm sticking with it. I think the Bengals at home, especially if Joe Burrow plays, I think the Bengals are going to be looking to make a statement on Monday night. And I think I don't even know who Cincinnati's backup quarterback is,
Ooh,
but if you look at you still look at they've got Joe Mixon, they've got Jamar Chase, they've got T Higgins. They've got the playmakers to get it done. Not that the Rams don't. They still have Aaron Donald, who is undoubtedly one of the best defensive players in the league, and a force to be reckoned with. But I'm going to roll the dice. I'm taking Cincy at home on Monday night.
ooh, that I think you're right. I think Cincinnati, depending on if Joe Burrow does come back and play, will be the determining factor of that game. So I got to go with the LA Rams just because it's going to be a what if. I mean, even if Joe Burrow does come back, how does he going to play? I mean, is he going to be on his game when he does come back, or is he going to be on the reserve because of that calf injury? So I got to go with the Rams on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it could literally go either way. I A lot of my picks, I don't, I hate saying I base on home field advantage, but a lot of people think home field advantage don't really mean a whole lot. It kind of does. It doesn't, but it does. The play on the field is what talks. But so recapping, I even wrote Holly's picks down but we both have San Francisco. We both have Tennessee. We both have Detroit. I've got Green Bay. Holly has New Orleans. We both have Miami. I've got LA, the LA Chargers. Holly has Minnesota. We both have the Jets. We both have the Bills. We both have the Jaguars. We both have the Bills, or I'm sorry, we both have the Ravens. Both have the Seahawks. Both have the Chiefs. Both have the Cowboys. Both have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both have the Philadelphia Eagles, and then we have I've got Cincinnati, and Holly has the LA Rams on Monday night. This was a lot of fun. I would love to do this again next week.
That name?
That would be really, really awesome. I think Wednesday's a really good day to do picks. I don't know what I work offhand. It may have to be next Wednesday. I might close, so I may have to do this like mid morning or something like or
Uh,
before.
how late I get out Wednesday because I do work graveyards. But if I get
Okay,
out enough, and okay, I'll message you on Discord to let you know that when I'm getting off, so you kind of have a ballpark estimate when I'm getting
okay, that works because I won't go until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I mean,
off
I'll be
before then.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so let us know, guys, in the comments what you guys think. I want to thank everybody. Definitely want to thank Holly's Adventures. Like I said, this is my very first collab um, video, so anxious to see how this does for both of us.
Yep.
But definitely want to thank her for her time today. Make sure you guys subscribe to Holly's Adventures as well. I will, like I said, I may have to do it in editing, but I will link her channel in this video description. Like I do every video. I have Holly's information in every one. I don't know if it actually tags her in in it, but I do have it on my my PS5. I have it to where the video description links Big Baby, Holly, and Samurai Tacos as well. But I do want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Give this video a thumbs up if you would, pretty please.
Leave a
Does
comment
help the channel grow. Big Baby, love it. You guys, it's all about the fun. Amen to that. But also want to thank my sponsor, Poggers. You can find their website, www.drinkpoggers.com/Kennel. Using my code word will net you 10% savings on everything on their website. Do check them out. They're very much worth it. Again, big thank you to Holly's Adventures. Absolutely had a blast doing this today. And then we'll see how the games play out this week. And then Holly and I will be back next week for week 4. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.